Hello, welcome. My name is Vivian. Welcome to my show, Mystical Adventures, where we explore all things mystical, healing, creative, and inspiring. Happy Taurus New Moon. Our topic is inspired today by the Taurus New Moon, and Taurus is all about money manifestation. We're going to be exploring ways to help you manifest your heart's desire on this Taurus New Moon. And I actually did a multidimensional manifesting series here on A1R Psychic Radio, a series of shows on my unique system called Multidimensional Manifesting. And I put that series on my YouTube channel, which is Creative Psyche Studio. Psyche is spelled P-S-Y-C-H-E. That's also my website, creativepsychestudio.com. So check that out if you'd like more information, more inspiration, tips, and ideas about manifesting. That series explores how to manifest in a multidimensional way from multiple approaches and perspectives. Today we're going to be exploring manifesting with a little help of our Spirit Helper of the Week and looking at some tips that Spirit guided me to share with you tonight to help you at any time manifest, create, co-create your abundance and prosperity and whatever it is that you would like to create in this life. Excited to share that with you. So who is the Spirit Helper of the Week? And Spirit Helper of the Week is, drumroll please, Archangel Ariel, which means, Ariel means Lion of God. Oh yes, we've got a lion, folks. We've got a divine lion. I actually had a cat named Ariel. I named him that. And he was rather lion-like. He was rather leonine, I will say. I was meditating today and before the show, and I had a vision of a lion, and I thought to myself, interesting. And then when I open myself, as I do every week, I open myself to the Spirit Helper of the Week, an angel, ascended master, evolved ET, animal spirit, any higher consciousness being, heart-centered being that wants to offer my audience a message of hope and helpfulness for the week. Who should show up? But of course, Archangel Ariel, who is very leonine. So you might see lions if you work with this particular archangel. And Ariel is also associated with divine magic, manifestation, prosperity, nature. And Ariel's message today, is using nature as a metaphor. Nature, spirits, animals. So if you are wanting angelic help with any of those realms, I suggest Archangel Ariel. And Archangel Ariel is always there for us and is a great expanded being for working with all these energies. You might also notice this week that these energies come up, that the subject of prosperity, money, finance, nature, animals, nature spirits comes up this week. And this is a beautiful week to explore these subjects. So this is a message I channeled earlier from Archangel Ariel, I'm going to read now, that can help us work with the energies of this week. And Archangel Ariel says, abundance comes easily to nature. Look out in the sky at the stars. Look out at the trees in the woods. You are a part of a beautiful landscape of blossoming abundance in this universe. You are here to be part of the process of unfolding and creating a fertile landscape. As the earth revolves around the sun, there is an order and rhythm to this cosmos. You are a part of that structure, and one of the ways you can start using your abilities to manifest your desires is to let go and allow your source to be part of the manifestation process. Use your mind to focus on what you want to create, then dedicate yourself to letting go and trusting that your creator will receive this and take over the process of moving your desire into being, or provide you with guidance, a feeling even, for what next step to take. The Earth is a part of the solar system by revolving around the sun, and this is a part of how our solar system functions. We must look to our divine source as the central power in manifestation. Do not revolve around yourself. Do not try to revolve around yourself. Remember your divine source, and you have remembered true abundance. Thank you, beautiful Archangel Ariel. Speaking of letting go, speaking of faith and trust, we sometimes control things, try to control things, at least with our earthly ego and analytical mind. And these are tools that we were handed, our analytical mind and our ability to plan and organize. But when it comes to manifestation, if you are trying to control 100%, if that's the only element to your process, you are really not using, you're using a fraction of the powers we were bestowed when it comes to manifesting. So learning to let go and revolve around the sun, that is Source, God, Spirit, and learning to let go and let this natural process happen as a part of your manifestation process is what is going to give you the most empowering and truly amazing manifestation power. Calling your source into your financial life, calling your higher power into your finances and manifestation process is going to be your biggest power. I was guided today to talk to you a little bit about inner wealth versus outer wealth. And what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes we're focused so much on the outer world and what possessions do I have? What possessions do I want? What possessions do other people have? Assessing that, assessing how our bank account is going up or down, of stock market, or the physical possessions we want, are they accruing or not? And when we put our focus on the outer world in this way, again, assessing, planning, control, it can help us create what we want to create. And if we work hard enough, a lot of the times that is what will bring us success and what we want to manifest. But it's actually less reliable to focus on this part of consciousness, the outer world, focusing on action in the material world first. You have it backwards. It might work to help you create what you want to create and earn and do and take action in order to create results in a way that gets you that house or that car, that money, or that whatever it is you want to create, relationship, painting. But the truth is, as you shift to your inner source, as you shift inward to inner abundance, you're shifting to a more powerful flow of manifestation. The process of tapping into your inner source first, your connection with spirit. It's like a spring that's within you, an eternal spring. And as you tap into that spring, you're tapped into an eternal flow of abundance, of guidance, of divine love and inspiration and protection and in all of the beautiful things that you want. When we're tapped into that source, which really we find by turning within, then you have a more reliable powerhouse, power source. It's like you're plugging into that stream of abundance. And then things will flow easier, things will flow more abundantly, and you will have a more reliable way of creating the prosperity that you want to create. Things come and go. The stock market goes up and down. And there's natural cycles to nature and your life. And when you're attached to those material expressions and objects and things, then you're attached to this up and down movement that's very, very unreliable, unstable. And when you're tuned into the source within you, that is the power behind all creation, that flows the creation out into this world, then you know that you can always start over. You can always recreate. You can always re-tap in and rebuild. And you know, as you're tapped in, that you might see temporary periods of decrease. You might see temporary periods that look like lack, but you can always rebuild, and the cycles happen such that abundance comes around again in the cycles of increase and decrease and rhythm. So staying in tune with your divinity, with your source, helps remind you that the material expressions are temporary. They go up and down, they change, but your internal connection, faith, trust, your intuitive tool is so helpful here. Your sixth sense for tapping into that ability. Use your power of prayer, intuition, creativity, reflection, contemplation. Dreams are all ways to tap into and stay connected with this inner source. I was also guided to, so when you're manifesting, if you choose to manifest today, the day of the new moon, use a visual to remember that the sun, we're revolving around the sun, that the most powerful thing you can do is to release your manifestation prayers and intentions to your higher power, to let go and let God, if you will, and to tune into this higher power as your source, as the number one thing that you count on, and then let the action and the outer planning and control and steps that you take follow your prayer and intention setting practice. I was also guided to talk to you about uniqueness and manifestation. Avoid comparing yourself to others, my friend. When you are trying to create more money or trying to manifest something in your life, you may compare yourself to others, and this might be taking you in the wrong direction, because often when we do that, it takes us down a very egoic kind of lack and limitation direction, and we can feel less than, we can feel like even a failure, we can feel like, well, why don't I have that? And we can also be taken down the wrong road when we compare ourselves too much to our peers, to other people, friends, family, people in the media, famous people. Perhaps their process for creating their wealth was in alignment with their energy, their personality, the time in which they did it, their cultural context, their gifts and strengths and challenges. But keep in mind that not everybody takes the same steps to create their abundance, that you might be guided as you tune in to take a very different path. Perhaps you're guided to take classes first before you are guided to take the next step to creating your program. Perhaps you're guided to put a resume out there on some search engine for jobs. Perhaps you're guided to do something very unexpected, take a leap of faith, and the people around you are creating their wealth in a very traditional way, and you're guided to be very untraditional, non-traditional, non-conformist. So pay attention to, if you're comparing yourself to others, their actual manifestations and expression of wealth. Maybe you want that, maybe you don't, but tune into what you really want, what's appropriate for you, and what your heart really desires, and tune into your unique process as well. And don't worry if that's different than the people around you. Lastly, I want to talk about manifestation without attachment. What the heck does that mean, Anne? Shouldn't you enjoy what you're manifesting? And isn't that attachment? I would say in a way, yes. But manifesting in the receptive mode, manifesting as an expression of this divine impulse to bring out into the world what your soul wants to experience. And when you keep the emphasis on divine expression, what my heart wants to create, and know that that connection with that divine power is eternal, then it helps you to detach from the material expression or the actual finite expression in your life, and helps you to let go of relying on that as your source of happiness. Enjoy it, revel in it, experience it, love it, but know that your true source of stability and reliance and abundance is your connection with source. And this also helps you to be more happy because you're not basing your happiness on your material world, which is a world of change. You're basing your happiness on your internal world and letting your external world be an expression of that internal joy and abundance and happiness. So have fun with your new moon manifestations this week, my friend, in Taurus, and have fun with all of your Tauran activities, your connection with nature and nature spirits and the earth and your values, beauty, all the Tauran beautiful things to explore. And I would now like to take a call. I believe we have a caller. Rebecca in England. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome to my show. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing tonight, Rebecca?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. A bit tired from work. I've been rushing around all day, but
You
I'm
have.
literally fully relaxed now. Yeah.
I can relate. It's been a busy day for me as well, and I'm delighted to be here connecting with you. We're talking about abundance and manifestation today, and creating the prosperity in our life that we desire. How do you feel like you are with your creative abundance practice?
Well, I do try and meditate as much as I can. I do struggle with it, I'm not going to lie. But I do try and, I see a thought, acknowledge it, and let it pass like a floating cloud. I read those mindfulness books. I just try a lot to keep my mind, at ease, basically.
Yeah, I think that's so effective and helpful in the manifestation process to work with your mind, work with being able to be in control of your mind. So it doesn't control you, you control your thoughts. You're the thinker behind your thoughts. Yeah. And I think that can really help you
control you.
Yes. And that can help you to intentionally choose your thoughts more. And our thoughts create our reality. So that can be a huge tool and help and resource in helping you be more intentional about creating your reality. And no one's perfect at meditation, Rebecca. I definitely am not.
No, I try the guided ones because they're better for beginners.
Yeah.
Because it kind of talks
it's nice
you through.
That anchor of the narration, isn't it? So, Rebecca, how may I help you tonight, my friend?
Well, I feel like all the areas of my life are improving, that's for sure. But I've just got questions like relationship-wise and just on my path, because basically me and my ex ended about 3 months ago. It was quite a bad breakup, and it's something I struggle to come to terms with because we actually just completely stopped communicating. And obviously, I just want to know if he's okay, if he still thinks about me and that kind of thing. I don't know if you know that. Obviously, I know you're not, I don't know, but it's just, a bit of reassurance in my head, if that makes sense.
Sure. So you broke up with your partner 3 months ago, and you're wanting me to, and you've been out of contact and you're worried, and you want me to tune into that situation.
Yeah, I just kind of want to know if he still, feels upset about it, if he's met someone else. All us girls want to know that, don't we?
Okay, well, let me.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me tune in. There'll just be a moment of silence, okay, honey, while I tune in.
No worries.
Well, Rebecca, when I tune into your energy, you have this beautiful, beautiful, lovely energy about you. And I feel you are a very focused person, actually, and have a very, speaking of mindfulness and the power of your consciousness, you have a very strong ability to organize your mind and focus yourself to what you want. And I think this is a really big strength. And I feel like you also have a softness about you, and that you have an expressive, lovely, loving energy as well. But that you're a very precise person. You're a person of precision, detail oriented. That you are able to get things done and really put the power of your mind to a task. And I think that's one of the strengths in abundance. But also I think it plays into your relationship with this person. When I tune in, I feel like your partner's energy is not like that so much.
Because obviously I'm with somebody else at the minute. He's funny enough, he's my ex from 4 years ago, but we've been together, but he's not really given me what I want. But the one that I was on about at the beginning, that's actually my ex that I'm not with. But I am with someone at the minute, so I'm not sure whose energy you're picking up on.
Okay, let me get the first letter of the name of your ex that you want me to tune into.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to give you the letter?
Yeah, telling me the letter of his name or his first name.
Lee.
Lee, like L?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I might be tuning into your current partner, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's called Tom.
I will tell you, when I was tuning in, I was getting that the person I was tuning into was maybe not as committed as you and not as focused in the relationship and investing in the relationship as you.
Yeah. Do you know why that is? Do you reckon he's just like leading you on? I don't really know what's going on in his head.
Yeah. Does that make sense for Lee or the person you're with now?
The person that I'm with now.
Oh, okay. Well, the person you're with now feels that way. Okay, so maybe I'm tuning into them. Let's see, let me tune in. Well, I feel like he really cares, but he doesn't show expression in the same way as you, Rebecca. And
yeah, no, I did notice that. He's always been like it.
Yeah, I think that he does care. He just sort of doesn't have an idea of how to show it to you in a way that you're really, understanding.
He is invested in me in a way then.
I do think so. Yeah, I think so. The person you're with currently, I think he's maybe a little bit more practical minded or material minded than emotional, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
So I, for the person you're with now, I feel like the guidance is, don't push him and let him express himself and recognize how he's expressing his affection in his unique way. But it can help to sort of also give him a little bit of clue as to how you like affection to be expressed. And I think, really trying to recognize the way he does reach out to you and express his care for you.
Trying to recognize.
Yeah, like he likes to maybe do things for you or buy things for you or help you in a more practical way, or does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so recognizing that, and then, you can let him know, I just love it when you talk about feelings with me and, use words that let me know that you care. But let me tune into...
I haven't spoken to him since Friday, so I don't know if he's wondering why I've not spoke. But
Well, I think the person you're with does care, though, currently. All right, so you wanted me to tune into this X, right, Rebecca?
Yeah.
All right, let me tune into this X, Lee. Does he like to travel, or is there a distance between you? What's up with that?
He likes to travel.
He likes to travel, yeah. Well, he feels a little bit, he's got, I don't want to, this is going to sound mean. I don't want to say he has his head in the clouds, but he's a little like dreamy or not super. And I think that's what I meant. I think I was tuning into him, Rebecca. He doesn't seem like super focused and grounded. Like in your energy is more in the here and now, and I feel like his energy is more kind of out in space and exploratory and imaginative, and it's more of like a mental kind of energy. And I feel like that's part of what I'm tuning into with Lee. I feel like he's just focused on other things right now is a big part of what I'm feeling with him, and maybe what happened in the relationship. And he likes to move really fast. It's hard for him to like ground and connect with you, because he is on the move and he's making changes and he's starting things, and he doesn't really have the focus to put into the relationship. I feel like, tuning into his energy, he appreciates you. I feel like he just doesn't have what is needed to really invest into the relationship, or a relationship, it feels like, as much. It feels like he found like it was too much of an energy commitment for him. But I think that it's very likely you will be hearing from him. I just dropped this card, and that I feel like there's, no problem with him. I feel like he's doing fine. And, I wouldn't take it personally, Rebecca. I think what I'm tuning into is he just doesn't have it to give right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want him to get back in touch. I just wanted to know if, he was okay. That was all.
Well, I think the door is open for getting back in touch, but he's okay. And does that make sense that he's kind of, up there in the sky and the clouds, and not really,
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with you, and you're ready to be here and now, and to connect, and to. Ooh, my producer's telling me the end of the show is here. I want to thank you so much, Rebecca, for calling in. I really hope that was helpful.
No, that was. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Take care.